I enjoy it. I love riding. I will never stop riding.
There isn't a day when Christina Bacon doesn't hit the road. About 2 years ago, though, a crash nearly put the brakes on her passion forever.
The car just turned. I mean, just violently just turned left. I basically ricocheted off the car and went up and over.
It happened a few blocks from her home in Bastrop, her bike destroyed. Her injuries luckily minor, with a few bruises to her face. She was wearing a helmet. Still, a Bastrop area EMT called for a medical helicopter and transported her 26 miles to Brackenridge Hospital in Austin.
I didn't feel like I was horribly injured, but it kind of scared me. I thought, wow, they know more than I do. So there must be something wrong.
But there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
According to this flight exam prepared by Air Ambulance PHI flight crew, it states Bacon was awake and alert, no visible trauma to her chest and back, and had full range of motion. She stayed overnight for observation even though her doctors suggested it wasn't necessary. Bacon then received a bill from PHI for $27,000.
Not everybody requires that, and they've got to make money somehow.
Dr. Brian Bledsoe is an emergency room physician and a national expert on air ambulances. We showed him Bacon's flight medical exam. Would you have transported her?
Not based on what I read. I mean, she had relatively minor injuries as documented by the flight crew. It was stone cold normal.
While unnecessary, he's far from surprised. In 2006, Bledsoe studied 37,000 air ambulance flights from across the country and found the majority of trauma patients transported from the scene by helicopter have non-life-threatening injuries. A more recent 2014 study also revealed nearly 1/3 of patients transported by helicopter were minimally injured. In Texas, more than 32,000 patients have been transported from 2012 to 2014. Most flight crews are based in big cities rather than rural areas where some believe they're needed the most.
The number of helicopters, for example, in Dallas-Fort Worth area, even down in Austin, is ridiculous. I mean, you can't swing a dead cat and not hit a helicopter.
And it's all about money.
It's all about money.
Outside Texas, the KV defenders found similar stories of unnecessary transports, like Laura Carr in Phoenix. According to our sister station, KPNX, she tried to refuse transport in 2013 after having a seizure. PHI took her anyway.
I just don't see how people can take you somewhere against your will.
PHI eventually canceled her $32,000 bill. The company declined on-camera interview requests, but in an email, PHI states, "We have a legal obligation to respond without knowing of a patient's ability to pay. We trust and rely on the judgment of our partners in the field. Physicians, first responders, and law enforcement are tasked with the difficult job of evaluating the nature of each individual case and determining the most appropriate action."
Do you think they're looking for excuses to transport people?
I know they did in my case, and I'm sure you'd find that there are a lot of other people with similar stories.
Air ambulance to the rescue, not always needed, costing patients thousands.